Look like we good here. Well, yeah, we up in that thing. What's happening, good people? It's your cousin Trey Fontaine, and we back for another Talk to Me Tuesday, the live Q&A. And we gonna get active soon as y'all get here. Make my formal little church announcement. We gonna get busy. Oh shit. Literally looked down, looked up, it's 115 of y'all. Instagram, what's happening? What's the word? How you feel? What it do if the good people still say that? What's cracking? What's happening, folk? You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all doing all right on this Tuesday. I am feeling pretty good. I'm busy as a motherfucker. Got a lot of shit on my plate, but I'm feeling good about it. You dig me? I can't do too much complaining. And what I could complain about, probably my fault. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck going on? Got my good folks starting to ease on in on the gram. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the rules, get to this announcement, and then we're gonna get busy. Now, every rule is the same except for number one. Rule number one differs for our Instagram folk and our YouTube folks simply because the platform warrants that. Now, rule number one for my people on Instagram: use the question button if you have a question. It's that little question mark in the speech bubble down there next to the comment box. You feel me? That keep all the questions in one place for your cousin, and I needs that. Help keep me organized, keep me focused. For my good folks on YouTube, when it's y'all's turn to ask questions, I'm gonna simply turn to y'all and tell y'all to start firing. And when I see a question that's hidden, I'm gonna pin it, and that's the question we gonna work until we move on to the next one. Bam. Attached to that rule, family. Attached to that rule, if you're gonna be asking questions, what I need from you is to proofread. Amen. You know, if this was like a journal or like a your book or whatever, you do whatever fuck you want. But you asking us questions on live, and so we kind of need it to make sense to more than just you. I ain't saying you got to spell everything correct. I don't spell everything correct. I spell like I talk for the most part, but I sound shit out. So like most of what I spell, even if it's wrong, is phonetically close to what it is, so you could pick up on it. You know what I'm saying? You could pick up on it. So all I need is for you to get it correct enough for us to pick up on it. A comma or two. Period, maybe. Hell, even a question mark since you asking a question. Sometimes it don't be a single damn question mark in the shit that y'all put in that question button. You know, so maybe just some punctuation. I fucks with it. Next, and attached to that, fam, we only need 2 to 3 sentences. You feel me? Maybe you don't feel me because you feel like you got to say more than that. But we only need 2 to 3 sentences of your situation. If your situation calls for you to type out multiple paragraphs, if you've had to go back and rework it because you done ran out of characters on the question box, you probably need to sit down on the couch and talk to them people. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, because Cousin Trip had to sit down on that couch. And I'm thinking about taking my black ass back. I done been back 2, 4, left, and came back again. Nigga, I'm finna go back again. So you might just need to holler at them folks. Because Cousin Trip is not qualified to handle 3 paragraphs worth of advice on an IG live. I'm not qualified for that. And judging by you feeling like, I'm the nigga to slide to, you probably need to go holler at one of them folks. Let them get you right. Same way they got me right. And get so many other folks right. Amen. Lastly, and perhaps most important, good people, this is a safe space, man. We got enough drama, BS, arguing, and all that on the internet. We really do. We got enough hating going on the internet. We got enough one-sidedness on the internet. We got enough. It's plenty of all that on the internet. So much of it that I don't feel the need to participate, nor do I feel the need to let others participate in that type of foolishness in this space. We have, over the last, I would say, 3 years or so, done an amazing job of cultivating a digital atmosphere where we actually able to disagree and still hold space for one another. Where we able to say that, nah, you wildin', and still embrace niggas at the end of the day. You feel me? So if that's not your speed, that's cool. Just know that this also is not your community, which is also cool. You feel me? Even when we hold motherfuckers accountable, even when we telling people about themselves, we doing that from a place of love for community, my nigga. Cause you being better makes me better, and me being better should make you better. So just know that's what type of time we on. If you ain't got that in you, that's fine. Go ahead, get up out of here before we get started. Now, I'm gonna make my little church announcement, and we gonna get to these questions, starting with the IG. Good folks, it's finally official. It's finally official. It's finally official. It's finally official. I can talk about it. Ain't no more red tape. Ain't no more restrictions. Your cousin has signed the podcast deal. I've officially signed the podcast deal, and it's not just that I've signed the podcast deal, it's who I signed it with and why I signed it to begin with. Let's start with the why. Let's start with the why. Frankly, I'm no fool. I know times are hard. Despite how people try to stunt, despite what everybody doing to live a luxury life or soft life, whatever, I know times are hard. So one of my main focal points has always been how to make this shit cheaper or make it free. That I'm looking at how to do the same with my actual shows. But the goal is to either make it cheap or free. On my own, in all honesty, I could not afford to do that. That's just me being frank with y'all. Despite the success of my previous ventures, those successes were not successes that made me rich to the point that I could just give shit away. You know what I'm saying? We soon, god damn it, with the power of the people, I'm claiming it soon. But what I can do now with the backing of who I signed with, I can afford to give away the audio for free, because the way the model works now is commercial space will be sold. Commercial space will be sold on those episodes, and that's where revenue will come from. So the people can listen to the podcast everywhere you listen to podcasts: Spotify, Tidal, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts at. Just know we there now for the free ski. You're gonna have to sit through them commercials, but the audio is available for free. Now, who I signed with, if you did not see the post already, your cousin signed with Urban One, the oldest independent black media company in the country. That's who I signed with. Why? Because as we turn this corner and where people get their info and where people get their media, it was important to me to sign with somebody who was giving platform to black voice before it was hot, whose sole goal was to give platform to black voices, whose bread and butter, whose business it was and is to give platform to black voices. The same way I would like support, it is also my job to support. So by signing with Urban One, there's a mutual opportunity to support me and myself support them. You feel me? To turn my audience's attention back to black media and back to black radio, and also gain new following from the people who are still listening to their radio station, still checking in on their digital platforms. You feel me? So for me, it's standing on what I preach. I get to talking all this black shit, this pro black that. Well, now I'm gonna be talking it on the black ass network, who know how I'm sliding, who encourages how I'm sliding. So ain't gonna be no tapering off in messages and all that. They might have to like blur the word out here to blur the word out here and there. You feel me? But other than that, like we on point. So again, man, I signed a deal because I wanted to find a way to give away the podcast for free. I understand the times we're in. Everybody does not have $10 a month. Urban One came with a deal that would allow that to happen. You know what I'm saying? They came with not just an opportunity for a deal, but an opportunity for partnership. You feel me? An opportunity to actually support a black voice that's speaking directly to the black community and amplify that voice. So shout out to Urban One for seeing value in your cousin. Shout out to y'all for even making a nigga valuable enough for consideration, bruh. You feel me? We on point. So again, the first, if you got the app, you already have the first episode. But if you do not have the Trip After Dark app, the first audio episode is available for free everywhere you get your podcast. Trip After Dark. If you have the app, let me explain what's happening with that. Uh, the Trip After Dark platform is actually not going anywhere. So videos will still be available there. Bonus content will still be available there. The scripted shows that niggas is working on will still be available there. The other show that I'm working on, the other, I'm not gonna say too much about that, but that'll be available there. So what we actually gonna end up working on now that we, done got help with the podcast itself as far as putting it out, is making this a channel and not just a podcast. So what you're gonna end up getting on the app is multiple offerings. But the podcast, the Trip After Dark podcast, is available for the free ski as of now. Like I said, with the rest of this stuff, I'ma always find ways to make it cheaper, to either make it cheaper or make it free, bro. Cause I feel like if y'all can get there, y'all do all the rest of the supporting. So I don't want to charge you to get there. You feel me? Every show niggas buy merch. Every show niggas buy a book, buy a shirt. I get my money off that. You know what I'm saying? I much rather charge niggas the 20 ball because I can afford to do that and motherfuckers have a good time. You feel me? So I'm working on it. Just know that I'm working on that. Mr. Bankshot, what's happening, brother? All right, with that being said, man, let's get the Q&A started. We done got some questions piling up over here on IG. So I'm gonna tap like 3 on the gram, then I'm gonna pop over to the YouTube, see what y'all talking about. That is not the questions. Oh shit. Y'all asking some tough questions early. This situation I haven't necessarily been in, I don't think. But I guess I could just speak my bias. The question is, how many visits do you think a long distance relationship could survive on? I understand everyone is different, but is once enough? I mean, is once a month even enough? Okay, so I want to start with the obvious. Your answer is up to you. If you expect to hear from your partner and see your partner more than what's happening, that's completely up to you and okay, because those are your standards. Now, for a nigga like me, if we like in an actual relationship, like we go together, you my girlfriend, I don't know if once a month gonna cut it for me, because I like hunching and I like cuddling. You know what I'm saying? I would like for you to put your body on me once a month. Now it's not that I can't wait. You feel me? It's not that I can't wait, because I can. I done gone a couple years without hunching. You know what I'm saying? I done gone a couple years without a warm body in the bed. But to do it voluntarily, nigga, with my girlfriend, it's one thing to not get no act from the hoes, like the general population, the hoes. That's one thing. Like not getting no act from the hoes. It's ladies who, you know what I'm saying, whether voluntary or involuntarily, don't be getting no act from the hoes, and they women. So that's one thing. A nigga could fuck around and lose confidence over whatever reason, and there go his act with the hoes for the next 8 months. So it ain't that. This my girl, my woman, my old lady. You think I'm gonna settle for some quarterly coochie from my old lady? Some once a month? See, because the once a month shit risky anyway. Once a month risky because we gonna have to plan between the period and ovulation, which puts us in a very dangerous window. And a window that we may not even really be able to work with all the time. What if you got some shit to do? Now I ain't seen you in 6 months and you done brought period coochie to the crib. Dope. I ain't seen you. Ain't hunched on you since it was warm outside, and you done brought out of water coochie to the crib. Fuck. Hey, turn that off. No, turn it off. You're gonna have to start next week. Turn it off. Cut it off. We gonna have to pick it back up. You're gonna have to pick it back up next week. Pick it up when you leave. Something. Pause it. Squeeze tight. Hold it like you gotta pee or something. I don't know. Come on now. Because if we keep it at a buck, I don't know how y'all living. I need like 2 sexes a week. They ain't gotta be full sex. It ain't gotta be a full, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be full sexes. But if we in a relationship, I need like 2 sexes a week. 2 sex, like it could be 1 quickie and 1 full out. But I need 2 sexes a week. And if we can't do that, I don't know what we doing. Genuinely, I'm not sure what we doing here. Most of our relationship is gonna be that right there. There go the comment. Most of our relationship gonna be trying to get on each other's schedule. I don't know if I could do a calendar invite relationship on some cool shit. I'm not mad at nobody that need 4 sexes a week. I said I need at least 2. I'm trying to be reasonable. I'm trying to be goddamn reasonable. I ain't mad at y'all. I ain't mad at y'all who likes to get it in. I'm a nigga just trying to be reasonable. That's all. I also like to get, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to waste my hunching neither. Ladies, y'all shit work a little different because of the chemicals y'all release. Y'all hunch and get energized. Like you bust one and you want to do some more shit. Niggas bust one and die a little bit. Hold on now. Now don't get me wrong. I could power through it for a while, but like I need to recoup. Calm down, big baby. Get up off me now. You not put dead on this like that. Now if you want to get up there and do your thing, go ahead and get up there. But until you hold a plank for 15 minutes straight, I don't need to hear nothing about, you know what I'm saying? Keep it humble now. Keep it humble now. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that long distance thing. Hey, you know what, bruh? Salute to you, my G. Salute to you for being comfortable enough in this space to ask that question. Because it happens to the best of us. The next question is, what's the best way to heal from a woman cheating on you? Well, good brother. First and foremost, and perhaps most important, you got to know that that was her choice, not yours. Yes, indeed. Even if it was influenced by you, motivated by you, even if she tried to put it on you, that ain't got shit to do with you, bro. Ain't nobody told her to go do that. You feel me? It get real easy for us when we get cheated on to try to figure out why me, what I do, what could I have done. You ain't tell her to go do that. No, sir. You ain't tell her to go do that. So don't internalize that. Because what happens when you try to figure out why and you make it about you, you start to lower your value. Yeah. You start to chip away at yourself. Well, maybe I wasn't attentive enough. Well, maybe I'm not as, and it ain't wrong to critique yourself, right? But you start to lower your value when you make it about you, because you look for ways that you were low enough to be cheated on, and that's why they did it. No, bruh, she cheated because that's what she wanted to do. So I would go so far as to say, prioritize healing from losing someone, not healing because you got cheated on, my G. You getting cheated on is under the umbrella of losing someone. But don't focus on you getting cheated on and that. No, she gone. That's what's really hurting. The why is just insult to injury. You feel me? Why she's gone, that's insult to injury. She gone because she cheated. Now, you gonna ask more why to ask why she cheated? Why? Cause she made the decision to cheat. That's why. You feel me? So you got to stand on yours. Now, some actionable things that I'm going to suggest. Same things I suggest to everybody. A journal, by G. A journal. Whatever deity you believe in, pray to it. Pray for clarity. Pray for patience with yourself, with the situation. Pray for gentle eyes as you examine what happened. You feel me? You send them prayers up too. You get that journal, you send them prayers up. And if you have the resources, the capacity, seek some counsel. Whether that's a therapist, your pastor, seek some qualified counsel. You feel me? And what not to do under any circumstances, my nigga. Don't stay bitter. Would I tell you that's one of the easiest things to do? Dog, it's one of the easiest things to do. Don't stay bitter. You allowed to be there for a second because this shit hurt. You feel me? Like the reality of it is unkind. It's a bitter situation, but don't stay there, brother. I think, frankly, we passed the quota on bitter brothers. We don't need no more, if we being honest. So just don't stay there. You are absolutely allowed to be bitter for a little bit. You know, not saying it callously, but like you got cheated on. You allowed to be bitter for a little bit, my nigga, but don't stay there. Don't let that be the focal point. You feel me? Let me see what else we talking about. Yep, I knew somebody was gonna ask about it. Let's do it. We're gonna take this question and we're gonna jump to the YouTube, see what the good people talking about. Next question. Or it's not really a question per se. Would love to hear your thoughts on the Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo Baptist incident. For those of you who are unaware, at BAFTA, Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were on stage presenting, and a gentleman with Tourette's yelled out the N-word while they were on stage. The response from the majority has been he has Tourette's. People with Tourette's, that particular symptom of Tourette's, say things and move in a way that they cannot control. It does not mean they're racist. While this was a 2 hour delayed program, they managed to edit out someone saying free Palestine in their acceptance speech, but did not edit this out. I saw a perfect comment on Threads, and I'll use that comment. This is no credit of mine, but I think it perfectly explains what happened. They said if you sneeze on somebody, would you apologize or would you blame the sneeze? For B, all right, you have Tourette's. You have a particular, a rare symptom that causes you to say things that you do not desire to say and that you cannot control. What does that have to do with apologizing for harm? What does that have to do with you apologizing for harm? Especially if you are not racist, why could you not apologize for causing harm? I don't care if that's the, I'm not here to get emotional because that's the word that you said. If you educate yourself on Tourette's, that particular symptom could and would absolutely cause him to say the N-word. Cool. I mean, not cool, but okay. Why can you not then, understanding whether you wanted to say the word or not, the gravity that comes with the word, and apologize? You never, he apologized on some, I apologize if anyone was offended. Or I apologize if you felt offended. Some bullshit like that. My nigga, huh? Apologize to Delroy and Michael B, bruh. Apologize to the other black people that you said it to because he said it multiple times. They just got the one on camera. That's confirmed. Apologize to them. I had said, bruh, even if you don't apologize to the secondary audience, right? That's the other people who were in the room. Even if you don't apologize to the tertiary audience, that's the people who viewed it, the people who saw clips. Apologize to the ones that were directly affected by your actions, fam. And now everybody promoting your weak ass documentary on your behalf instead of focusing on the fact that you said some bullshit. Do you know how many people accidentally say bullshit? How many people unintentionally had you fucked up? Think about that. How many people accidentally had you fucked up? Did it change the fact that they had you fucked up? I don't think it did. I'm not one of them people who believe, oh, they know what they doing. They know what they doing. No, I actually believe the opposite. I believe most people are doing them. And as a consequence of doing them, sometimes they'll have you fucked up. I believe it's very few people that actually have people fucked up on purpose that they're not enemies with. So cool, let's give the grace. You have Tourette's. This was not what was actually on your heart. You're not racist, but you still said the N word. How is that so difficult? And then everybody non-black is trying to police black people's response to the shit like, oh, I understand black people are hurt, but ain't no but, bitch. Ain't no but to that. If you understand we hurt, it means you understand why. And if you understand why, then the paragraph about him having Tourette's and the paragraph about our pain are two separate paragraphs that should end with a motherfucker apologizing. That's what I think about it. Black people don't owe nobody that. I'm not saying we can't give grace, but we don't owe silence. We don't owe smiles in the face of bullshit. We don't owe nobody that. Because that's essentially what everybody is saying. Right? Oh, he has Tourette's, he's not racist. I don't think the accusation was that he was racist. I think the accusation was the shit was handled poorly and an apology is owed. Do I see a minority of people making this making him racist, and why would he say? Sure, yeah, absolutely. But the majority of people is just like, nah, he fucked up the night, or fucked up that moment. He owes an apology, and BAFTA is out of their fucking mind for not editing that shit out before it hit the air. What is racist is the organization, the power structure, not handling the situation properly, not sending someone to talk to Delroy, Michael B. Jordan, not briefing people that someone would be in there that could potentially have outbursts that could trigger or adversely affect, the rest of the audience, right? Because I'm not saying he shouldn't necessarily be allowed to go, but the fact that motherfuckers wasn't properly briefed on the situation, that's fucked up. That's what makes it racist. Is the power structure then enforcing bias, and the bias here has clearly been enforced. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Y'all professionals. As far as I'm concerned, that wasn't no slip up. That's how I feel about it. Wasn't nobody talking about that motherfucking award show. Now it's in everybody's mouth. They always do racist shit or use black culture to get they shit cracking. And here we are. Y'all managed to edit everything else out. But two of the biggest actors from last year get called the N word by a man with Tourette's. That's too perfect. Too perfect. Let me see what the good folks on YouTube talking about, man. If y'all got questions, my good people on YouTube, shoot them now. I'll pin the ones that I'm answering. I'm gonna take 2 or 3 from here. Y'all been asking some heat the past couple weeks, so let's see what's going on. This okay. This is the first question. This is the first question, and you meet someone and it feels like harmony. Then he has a family and kids issues in another state and needs time and space away. It's been 2 months without contact. What to do? Pardon me. Yeah, yeah. 2 checks, please. Yeah, two. No, apparently the reservation is for a lot more people than I thought. And we also at the wrong location. Apparently, y'all have a location a state away. Yeah, I'm at the wrong spot, so don't worry. He's gonna call in, put his card on. But we yeah, just 2 checks. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, beloved? I know I'm new in the YouTube space. Okay. I've been working with my fam on the gram for a few years now. And what you need to know about this space, okay, is that while it is a safe space, we try our best to be anti-goofy. All right. We try our best not to place ourselves in situations that are potentially foolish. Right. And at the moment, my nigga revealed to you that he had a wife and children. I do believe your desire to stay in said situation or your desire to believe the situation is still harmonious. Uh, Perhaps that is foolish. Perhaps that is foolish. I'm not really sure what you waiting around though, what you do it over there, or what do you mean what to do? Like I don't like I see the question, and usually I understand the question, but in this particular scenario, I'm not understanding what you're asking. You have been boxed out effectively. Okay. You have effectively been boxed out. Like in basketball, when a shot is missed, because this was like great form. The harmony that you're talking about is when you got a great form, when that elbow straight and the follow through, like that elbow lock up there, you get a good arch and high release, but then it miss because that happens sometimes. And then a person from the other team, sound like perhaps the wife and the kids, seal you off from getting a rebound. That's to say they put a body on you in such a way that you cannot get around them, and if you were to jump over them, it would be a foul. I hope you're following me. So you have to accept that the missed shot has in fact been picked up by whatever he got going on. I more power to you, and I hope he's able to successfully and effectively navigate whatever he going through. But hey, beloved, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. That's a wild scenario. Question: what kinfolk advice would you give to a cousin looking to start over in life as a black man in 2026? Take your time and make sure the foundation's solid. Whatever that is to you, whether that's spiritual foundation, financial foundation, whatever you deem the foundation of your life, take your time and make sure that's the most solid thing you got, because everything else is going to be built on top of that. You feel me? Now, the good thing, and believe me, it is a good thing. Every new level is you starting over. On soul. Every new level, you got to start back at square one. So even if you starting from scratch, understand that this is familiar territory. This is familiar territory. You feel me? So don't feel like you out there lost in the world. Don't feel like you out in the wind, so to speak, because you've had to be at square one plenty of times before. It's a blessing to be back in familiar territory. To be able to explore it differently. To be able to go into more depth. You understand the importance of square one. You feel me? So take your time and make sure that that's solid. Make sure you sturdy. People be trying to take, you know what I'm saying, take every chance they can to rush through it. Take every opportunity to rush through it, and they miss the goal. RPG gamers will tell you it's usually some game-changing shit hidden within the first 3 levels that you have to thoroughly explore. Even if you're not strong enough to use it until later in the game, it is usually some game-changing shit hidden within the first 3 levels. Especially if you are a Souls-like player. I'm on my nerd shit. But if you a Souls-like player, everybody know within them first few levels, it's some shit that could change the trajectory of the game. But you gotta look for it. Usually it got nothing to do with the actual story. You hear what I'm saying? Barely got anything to do with a side mission. You just got to be curious as fuck about square 1 through 3 to find the shit. So take your time, bro. Make sure your square 1 good money. Hey, did I just see my spot get mentioned? Hey, niggas just brought up Del Frisco's in Philly. Let me tell niggas. So I went there like years ago. I'm talking about I was like in my 20s. I'm a young nigga still. These niggas have the best butter cake I've ever tasted in my life. Do you understand me? I'm talking about, good God. I don't know what them niggas is doing back there. I think they said they was making some of that shit in-house. They got the best butter cake. I don't even know if they still got that shit. I ain't been in a minute. But if y'all ever get a chance, Del Frisco is not just in Philly. So whichever one y'all go to. But let me tell you, dog. That shit smack. And this is my first time going to like a fake fancy restaurant and shit. I'm in them motherfucker like tripping. Like it's motherfuckers in the bathroom. It ain't my first time seeing a concierge. It's my first time seeing one with expensive cologne and organic mouthwash and shit like that. I'm like, God damn, nigga, did we make it? I'm like, nigga, this is nigga, it's essential oils in the hand soap. All right, nigga. This nigga handed me a Viva paper towel. He ain't even hand me none of the I'm like, God damn, y'all, you know you made it if you got Viva paper towels everywhere in the house. Y'all know them bitches is like little thin towels and shit. I'm like, God damn, we on. We don't like shit. I'm like, nigga, this some shit in here. That's the shit right there. Anyway, let me jump back over to the gram, see what y'all talking about. See what the fuck going on. See what didn't get voted up real quick. Ta! Hey, I'm fake feeling petty, man. So fuck it. Let's go to work. It's a few questions here, but you know, the questions are: what's up with these men that are too much in touch with a feminist side, and they are strong black men, but they just too feminine for her? What's the deal with that? Well, here's the thing. Most black people, okay, don't know this, but the feminist movement was started by black women. And it was not called the feminist movement. It was actually black women fighting for equal rights, specifically in the realm of education and suffrage. Um, Black men were in on this fight in a way, but a lot of these charges were led by black women. What ends up happening is white women become radicalized by black women. They take the movement, cut black women out of it. You have to understand what I mean by that, because black women were still around, but cut black women out of it and made it a them against white men thing. We would do well, I think, as a black community, especially black men, to be feminist. Not in the way it was made, but in the way it originated. Right? See, because you also have to understand that these issues that we have when it comes to leadership and who's supposed to submit and who, those are issues that were installed in our community, not issues that came with us off the boat, on or off the boat for that matter. We didn't function in that capacity prior to colonization, right? Of course, there was a difference, and that difference was recognized, but not in the way they practice it in America. So, for a black man to be feminist, um, specifically black feminist, it is to show a keen understanding of the misplacing of black women as far as value and presence. It is to have a very keen understanding of the misidentification and misrepresentation of femininity. And I think we could all use a little bit of that. I think we could use that. I think a proper historical dig would show that That's our movement anyway. And back then, black men didn't have no problem with it. It's fighting for the same shit. Far as black men being too feminine for you, because that is a completely different word with a completely different definition. What that's supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean? Put my goddamn cotton mouth, put my chapstick on. What that mean? That the men too feminine, too in touch with their feminine side. What's that mean? Let me know that. Cause I noticed this thing that happens under this here American patriarchy. I noticed this thing that we adopted from that model in the black community. And what we do is hurl the word masculine and feminine across the aisle in order to invalidate someone's preferences, behaviors, or lived experience. I'm wondering, how come the qualities that are deemed masculine in a woman are always bad things? Because like we'll say a woman that's argumentative is masculine. All right. So is it a good thing to be an argumentative man? Oh, she don't listen. She don't know how to follow nobody. She masculine. Okay, so you mean not knowing how to listen and not being able to take orders, like you mean that's like a good thing in a man? Oh, he feminine, he too emotional. So you mean not being able to control your emotions as a woman is permissible and a good thing? Now it becomes a good thing with y'all? Oh, he argued back and forth with women. He sassy, he feminine. So being argumentative, here we are again. Being argumentative is a good thing. Going back and forth with women, that's a good thing if you a woman. Like now it's allowed. You got the pass for that. Y'all gotta stop. Respectfully, y'all gotta stop. And what it is y'all have to stop doing, y'all have to stop taking away from men as a whole because we are not your preference in men. I'm gonna say this as frank as I can. None of us have to be the nigga you want. We don't owe you that. None of it. Not a single one of us have to be the black man that you want us to be. Not near one of us. It's 130 people in here. It's 35 over here. Between 160 of us, but the 11 to 17 niggas in here, not near one of us, none of the niggas around you, none of us owe you being the version of black men that you're attracted to. I read the contract. Like I'm a nerd, so I read the terms and conditions. Believe me, when I flipped through the fine print, it did not say that we owe down to any particular woman to be the specific nigga that she think we should all be. I mean, wow. Could you imagine if all of us was the black man that you wanted? How hard it would be for you to find your person? If all of us was him? Could you imagine how uh uh disadvantageous that would be? Like, my God. It'd just for you, it'd just be problem after problem. I mean, good God. Shit. Yay. Don't nobody owe you that. Why y'all why when I say y'all, I mean people, the ladies that be coming from this place. Why y'all continue to do this to us? Huh? Why do y'all continue to try to force us into such a small box while at the same time demanding that we evolve? Why do y'all continue to do this to us? I genuinely want to know. I ain't saying it's all y'all, bro, but y'all clearly see that this is a real person asking this question, at least y'all on the ground. Why do y'all continue to do this to us? How are we ever supposed to change? How are we ever supposed to improve? It's supposed to unlearn, supposed to grow. If we keep getting placed in this small ass box, and the things in that small ass box are some of the things that cause the very problems being complained about. If you want black men that present their masculinity a certain way, that's fine. Cool. But don't put that on us. Don't put that on. And when I say us, I just mean the black men that you talking about. Like, cause I'm gonna take up for them. Don't put that on us. Talking about black men too feminine. What does that mean? If you not attracted to that shorty, that's cool. But for you to like turn it into an attack on them, like that's madness. For you to turn it into an indictment on them, that's madness. Do you know how long women have been asking for men to present more than just money? And as of recent, it's turned into a specific ask of emotional availability and emotional intelligence. So I feel like a part of that is going to require some femininity. A part of the healing process is going to require some femininity. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I'm not sure what way you're framing femininity as a bad thing. And because of that, I'm not sure in what way we could frame a man being balanced as a bad thing. And that's why I'm asking. I just don't understand why this why the continued ask for like hyper masculinity. I'm not with it though. Let's smack like one more question from the gram. Then I'm gonna pop over to the YouTube, see what the good people talking about. Yeah, y'all voted that question up. That's kind of crazy. Y'all messy as hell. It ain't even no question on that, and y'all voted that shit up. Y'all messy as hell, bruh. Oh, wow. Just want to scroll through, see what y'all talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and address this here. Did it? Yeah, there we go. All right. The question is, do you feel as though the manosphere community slash podcasting is becoming a thing of the past? Maybe becoming outdated and now known as a threat from the patriarchy in our community? Nope. Nope. I think it's just so much other shit going on that if you paying attention to that other shit, that it's not really on your timeline like that. If you one of the people who don't interact with it, like if you don't hate watch it, if you don't hate tweet it, if you're not responsive to it, then it'll just fall off your timeline. But you actually need to understand that some of this stuff is getting more extreme. You need to know that. And I'm not saying that to like scare you, but I am saying it to make you aware. It be niggas in the comments on posting shit like that. Anytime a woman is getting told off or held accountable, talking about R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. You feel me? Like you have to understand that things are actually um developing. Is that a fair word? They like you not knowing about it just mean it may not be like popular, but that leaves the community unattended. If you know what I'm saying? Because now there's an echo chamber there. So you know, hell no. uh hell no. I don't know what you talking about, beloved. Now, I'm not telling you to go looking for the shit. Don't you be in them comments arguing and shit. Don't you go over there on YouTube following them folks and giving them views and clicks and all that bullshit. Don't do it. You don't need to go nowhere to hold nobody accountable to do none of this. Don't do it. Let that shit be. You know what I'm saying? Let them folks have you know what I'm saying, they little corner of the internet, and you just be vigilant. Just know that the ideas are piling up on top of one another, that the ideas are combining with one another, and that things are intensifying. What I will say to folks is y'all better watch y'all sons. Yeah, those of y'all who have kids, y'all better watch y'all motherfucking sons. Cause some of the manosphere shit is coming from women. It's alluring and validating to see fine women stand up for men and stomp down women. Now I ain't finna say no names, but just know I've been on platforms with these people. That men, because we are taught and always affirmed to be logical, we don't think we could be pandered to. And because a fine woman saying it, we don't think it's pandering. She a godsend. She need a crown. And no, silly nigga. No, silly nigga. Know that it is getting worse. I need you to understand that it's getting worse. The women in this arena know they in this arena. They know they pandering to niggas. They know this. I'm telling you, I work with some of these people. You feel me? And they know they're gonna get the views off you niggas. They're gonna get the placements and the brand deals. Cause bitterness it sells. It's big business. So you gotta know that it's absolutely not going away. What you're going to see actually is more of these ideas trickle into other forms of media, which they already exist. We already know that like violence against women, like degradation, knocking women down a peg. We already know that that's all over the place. But you're gonna start to see these ideas like integrate more into media. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see start some of these people being motherfuckers videos, some of the podcasts, and I ain't just talking about our shit. I just mean like media in general. Like you gonna see stars start to be birthed from this community. So, and I'm telling you this. Like I'm genuinely telling you this. So be aware. Be aware. That's an interesting question to ask. But also that's the power of the algorithm. You'd be surprised what's on the same internet, what's on the same apps that you scroll through every day that you have no fucking clue about. Cause the algorithm keep you in this pocket right here. Keep you in that pocket right there. I'm not a big hate watcher. So my algorithm be cool. It's mad internet that I don't know shit about. If it's not like some black shit, or politics or I don't know. I have no idea, bro. Tech, shoes, I have no idea. My algorithm is tight. Let me see. Gonna jump back over here on the tool, see what the people talking about. Probably get like one here, one here. Then we gonna pop up out of here. Oh shit. We got some heat right in the beginning. First question. Is it okay to pop off on a friend or lover being disrespectful even though you know they had childhood trauma and it's coming from a hurt place? It's hard to be a safe space. Hey, look. Hey, look. The thing about being a safe space is you being a safe space for a person to do their shit, not for them to do their shit to you. You know what I mean? Like I set this space up for you to cry and shit like that, and for you to cuss, not for you to cuss me out. Yeah, I'm not really sure who the fuck you talking to, what you thought was going on in this bitch, but it's definitely not that, brother. So we gonna have to get a couple things straight. Um, Aim them cuss words down at the floor, nigga. You better speak to your motherfucking situation because you're not talking to me like that. You damn sure not talking to me like that in the space that I created. Because we supposed to be safe in it together. Yeah, that's the thing. Ain't no safe space where it's supposed to be safe for one person and not the other one or other people in that motherfucker. So we gonna need you. Tone it on down. Oh yeah, before it get real unsafe in this bitch. You the one fucked up, not me. So watch who you talk to. You know what I'm saying? Watch who you talk to, big baby, because it can get real hurtful in this bitch. And just know, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to a shorty. Some of my homegirls still fight. So watch what the fuck you saying to me on some cool shit. You know, few of my homegirls still with the pull up ministry. Our Uber eats an ass whooping over here. Stat. You understand what I'm saying? Watch who the fuck you talk to. If it's one of my homegirls, well, I don't have them type of issues with my homegirls for real. Cause they also know that the other homegirls still fight and shit like that. So, you know, let's keep it cool in this bitch. Let's keep it cool. I had somebody right there at the Addy. We better not be at my house. Some of my homegirls live close. Yeah, you ain't gonna make it out the front yard. You gonna start to hear them boys in the hood horns play as you walk out my front door, and before you know it, tink, 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 tink. Watch who you talking to. If it's a safe space, we better both be safe in this motherfucker. I don't care what you've been through that you feel like it's justification for you to disrespect me. To get to hurt me. Cause you said they let me read that again. Yeah, you said they being disrespectful. Like, now we gonna draw a line. It's a thing between somebody being disrespectful and you feeling disrespected. There is a difference there, but I'm gonna go with what you said and assume they actually being disrespectful. You feel me? Yeah, nah. You had keep on having me fucked up. See where this gets you in this space that's supposed to be safe for both of us. Sion had a hood homegirls, cause matter of fact, she been itching for some act. Cause she used to boost back in the G, and you know boosting hard, so she ain't really had no, you know what I'm saying. So I throw her a couple hundred. She can't wait. Talking about, is it okay to pop off if they being disrespectful, even though you know they had childhood trauma? What about my trauma, motherfucker? Huh? What about the shit that I've been through? It's supposed to be safe for we. If I'm not secure in this bitch, but you demanding to be secure in this bitch, how is that a safe space for us? No, no, hell no. Ain't nobody putting up with that. Yeah, it's alright to pop off. Cause here's the thing. If you let me grab a handy dandy. Let me use my chapstick. If this is the boundary, right? We can see this on the gram and YouTube. If my chapstick is the boundary and an individual, friend or lover, violates this boundary, supposed to be here, they here. It is your responsibility then to make sure they're back here. Right? It's your responsibility. Now, how they get there? The two of you could work together on that, right? Two of you could work together on that, but they supposed to be here. Now, if friend or lover had you fucked up, was moving disrespectfully, speaking disrespectfully, whatever, then they violated a boundary. And it is up to you to make sure that they end up back on the other side of that boundary. Now, if you've tried respectfully to get them to walk back to the other side of the boundary, if you've assured them that you will walk with them and that no crazy harm will come to them if they move back to the other side of the boundary, and none of that shit worked, then it is still your responsibility to make sure they're on the other side of that boundary. So sometimes you got the Jazzy Jeff a nigga back to the other side of a boundary. Sometimes you got to lay hands and move someone in prayer to the other side of your boundary. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, however y'all come to understand it, should they have genuinely violated? We gonna pop back over to the folks on the gram. Okay, y'all keep on voting for that. So y'all mean that. And the good people on the gram ask, how do you feel about giving second chances to people who hurt you once? Well, how I feel is less of the matter. What happened is more of the matter. Right? On the first go round, you feel me? The first go round, what happened? Because it's a whole lot of hurt that could be had. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of hurt that could be had. So I don't know if how I feel is so much important on the first go round. See, because let's talk about hurt real quick. Is how it levels to the shit. Let's talk about levels to the hurt. If we shacked up and I had bought some chocolate chunk cookies and we finna watch a movie and shit. I'm finna jump in the shower. I tell you to make the cookies. Well, I'm gonna jump out take me a little quick shower. You know what I'm saying? Get my shit together. We gonna watch the movie. And I come downstairs, blunt rolled, ready to get fried, watch the movie, had some motherfucking cookies and almond milk, and you burnt the fucking cookies. Am I gonna be hurt? A little bit. A little bit. Like I was ready. You know what I'm saying? I was fully prepared for this to be the move. And you managed to burn all the goddamn cookies. I just took a shower, jammies on. I'm not going back to the store. You don't like driving, so you definitely not going to the store. Now we have to settle. I am gonna be salty. Is it gonna be to the point that I'm not gonna fuck with you anymore? No. No, it's not. Even if that's the first time you hurt me, that's not a big enough offense, nor is that big enough pain, right? See, because when we think about pain, bruh, right? When you really think about pain, sometimes you clumsy, right? And you trip up a step. That hurts a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not even the type of pain you think about. You barely say ouch. You barely tripped up the step. Sometimes you sleep wrong. Wake up with such a mean crook in the neck that you got to turn your whole body to look at a motherfucker for the next week. And sometimes you got real shit going on where your stomach hurt every day of your motherfucking life to the point that you miss work, right? You got some type of inflammatory something going on where shit get to going on, flaring up so bad you could barely focus. It's levels to pain, even on a physical level, right? Just like when in relationship, it's levels to how somebody hurt you. If I find out you a Steelers fan, that's going to hurt me, bruh. I'm gonna be honest, that might hurt me to the point that I stop fucking with you, shorty. But if I find out you a Steelers fan, you don't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I find out you a Ravens fan, like I'm not fucking with you at all. Like it's on some cool shit. It's fuck you, shorty. Like I don't even know if you could be my homie for real. Like we done had to lock in high school or before that. But if I find out, you know what I'm saying, like you know, it's levels to this pain shit. That's all I'm saying. It's levels to this pain shit, man. So I feel like second chances are possible, but it really depends on what you did. It absolutely depends on what you did. Certain shit we can't come back from. If if I find out, like you want to talk about pain, you want to talk about pain. This is a hypothetical. Like God, please, please, never. God damn it, I'm finna bring you around the family. You know what I'm saying? You like I'm a bring a dish, and I'm like bet shit. If you could burn, then bring something. I'm not knowing because I like to cook, so I cook most of the shits. You burnt the cookies, but I wasn't thinking nothing of it. I thought maybe you had, you know what I'm saying? I thought maybe you was just tripping, you forgot they was in there, you ain't set the timer or some shit like that. We get to the goddamn function, you done made some potato salad and shit, and you peel the foil back, and it's raisins in that motherfucker. Yeah, I'm never forgiving you. I'm never fucking forgiving you. That type of hurt right there, I'm never fucking. Yo, I not only am I breaking up with you, you have to find your own ride home. I'm telling my auntie to kick you out the house. I'm telling my auntie to kick you out the house. I'll pay for half the Uber, but you have to leave immediately. You have to leave. You absolutely you need to go. If I find out that you haven't seen a good number of black movie classics, like that's gonna hurt me, and I don't know if I can forgive you. You ain't seen Boys in the Hood. I don't know if I could give you a second chance. You ain't seen Five Heartbeats. I don't know if I could give you a second chance. You know what I'm saying? You ain't seen Menace to Society. You ain't seen The Wood. You ain't seen Don't Be a Menace. I don't know if I could forgive you. That's pain I don't know if we could recover from, you know? I personally might have to leave you where you at. Might just have to leave you where at. If you my shorty, if you my shorty, and I find out you don't like black people like that, like you don't like black men or you don't like black women or some shit like that, that's you hurt me, and we can't come back from that. Like if I, oh my God, fellas, could you imagine finding out your girl a hating ass broad? Holy shit. Oh shit. Like could you imagine finding out your girl hate black women for real? Oh my fucking gosh, bro. You talking about hurt. Like the level of pain that I think I would have in my heart, like holy shit. Finding out your lady do not fuck with black women, bro. Oh my God. You was wondering about all the bars and shit that she suggests y'all go to. Like you was wondering about it. But like, you just was accepting. And then all of a sudden you found out that like, you know what I'm saying? Like, holy shit. That gotta be crazy, bro. Have any of y'all been through that? Like whoever you was dating, have you ever dated like a black person and you found out they didn't fuck with like black people for real? Whether it was a specific pocket of black people or whatever, like you just found out that like they was high key or low key anti-black. Y'all ever dated one of them? I've dated a chick that was anti-hood. Like that particular pocket of black she didn't fuck with. I have dated a chick that I like, she slowly started to let that shit out. I was like, whoa, nigga. Hey, we not doing none of that shit around here. I don't know what you think is going on, but it's definitely not that. Um, oh, y'all have. Oh shit. On the YouTube, nigga said they have. What was that like? You dated a hating ass broad. What was that shit like? I would like to know that. I don't want to know what it's like firsthand. I would like to know about your experience. Let me say that. Let me correct that. Cause nigga, I don't want to know nothing about that. Anti-hood was enough. Cause I feel like if you anti-hood, you don't like black people at all. For real, for real. Ah, Shorty said it was an instant turn off. She couldn't even do it. Yeah, I'm not going. I'm not going. Cause me and Shorty had got into it about her anti-hood shit. I mean, immediately too, and I was not standing down. You got me and a bunch of other niggas I know fucked up. Ah, the colorism. We got to acknowledge that one. We got to acknowledge that that's a big one. There's a lot of anti-blackness in the form of colorism now. It's a whole lot of that. You are not wrong about that one at all. A lot of niggas get to popping shit about dark skinned women and brown skinned women and gassing up, some of the light skinned women just because they light skinned and shit. The treatment be a little bit different to a lot of bit different depending on the nigga. So Oh yeah, I'm not mad at you on that one. That's valid than a motherfucker. I don't know nothing about that. Cause I I likes me some dark skin. Got to know that about cousin Trip, boy. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the you feel me. You know what I'm saying? And I actually like my dad's side of the family. It's like mad dark skinned people, you feel me? I'm pretty sure I'm in a great minority being light skinned. Um, especially like this light skin. I got some light brown niggas in my family, but most of the people like chocolate and darker. Like my dad, black. And I don't mean that I'm not being dramatic, nigga. My daddy dark. So I ain't ever thought no way about dark skinned people, you feel me? I ain't ever been like a dark skinned people this or that, or whatever, cause me, nigga, I seize it. Now I like black women of all shades and complexions, but something about that nigga. Shireen, nigga Pam, that's Kelly. That's who your cousin was going for. It wasn't that I was anti yellow. You know what I'm saying? I'm acknowledging I'm a yellow nigga and I got plenty of yellow women that I was liking on as a young nigga and shit. But you got to give me Pam over Gina. You know what I mean? Key and play, nigga. I'm you give me Shireen on soul. Feel me? I need that. What the OG said. Not only do I want that, I need that. You see, I need that on me. But 'tis about that time, good people. About time for me to get on up though. I'm your cousin Trip Fontaine. This has been another Talk to Me Tuesday. Remember, you can catch the Trip After Dark podcast on the Trip After Dark app for the full video experience along with the other offerings from the team. And you can get the audio for the free ski everywhere you get your podcast, man. Episode 1 is up now. Episode 2 will be along this Thursday for my people on the app. You know, we pretty far beyond episodes 1 and 2, but let them folks have their fun. We about to keep on kicking it out now that the red tape is clear and all of the things are in order and whatnot. So let's get busy. Good night. In that, in that, up through.